Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, April the 28th, 2025. Daily cryptocurrency and the XRP blockchain technology video on the channel that we brought trust, truth, education, and information with my audience, the viewer, the retail trader, at the forefront of this channel, and the main reason that this channel has gotten off the ground and has massively expanded. Support the channel by subscribing. Members of Jabroni Killers, $3.99 a month to help promote and support the channel, most importantly, to keep this truth, trust, education, and information flowing to you, the audience. And this video is coming out late. We're going to put another one out a little bit later on this evening. It was my goddaughter's birthday where we had some farm animals and whatnot. So this video is a little bit late, but we're going to look at the Bitcoin price. We still don't want to buy this advertising. If we zoom into the Bitcoin price, you can see we're trading sideways and up right now on the price above this major 90,000 overhead support resistance level. It's trying to flip it and put it back to support, right? It was support at the beginning of this, top of what I thought is a head right there, and you can see several times on these wicks, and then if we went into the hour time frame, you would see when they actually hit. You can see we danced on this support level for quite some time right there, and then we flipped to resistance right there, right? Now we're making another run, our first real run back up at it since breaking below and confirming it as resistance right there, right? You see where you had the two pump ups and wicks that got harshly sold off. That was your confirming it as resistance. Now you're trying to come back to it on a about 30% swing low at 74,000 to swing high currently at about 95, 96,000. This is a critical test now. As you can see in the daily time frame, you're getting that up and sideways price action with a falling volume. That is often telling you that the move is being exhausted and the hyper momentum is being consolidated and running out, and the price is going to turn around. You can see what we're talking about with this volume that's falling and the price that's in an up and sideways consolidation, right? So what I'm thinking is going to happen over the next 1 to 3, 1 to 4 days is we're going to come back in the Bitcoin price. And this doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. These are my own personal opinions. I think we're going to come back in the next few days as the price exhausts itself. And I think we're going to end up back on this $90,000. And that's going to be the critical, kind of to hold it as support, or is it going to lose it and fall back underneath it and form this as resistance? And this was just a nice technical bounce off of a technical level down here at the 74,000, an area that we were targeting for 2.5 months, and that we knew there would be buyers there. We knew there would be some kind of a rally, and we knew there would be some kind of a move to the upside in retaliation of hitting this major buy zone. We thought it would go up to the 200-day moving average that was sitting up here at about, 85,000, and we thought we had a top end potential of maybe 90,000. So we've overshot that by quite a few percentile, and we're moved up about 28%. So this is a very critical time over the next very immediate short term, less than a week, to see what happens. Is I do believe that we will come back down to this 90,000 and fire it as a major retest, and that'll be a decision time. Does it hold it and bounce as support, or does it get busted below it and starts and confirms it as the resistance that it tried to confirm a couple of weeks ago? The XRP price right now, you can see, is the same thing. I believe we're in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that you can see right there. That's the pattern that I believe you're in. You're on the neckline. You come up from the $1.61 wick low down here that you had just a couple of weeks ago. You can see that about 10 days ago you had that $1.61 wick low. We knew there would be a reactionary bounce, and we were forecasting about 2 weeks ago when we quoted it, the weekend pump advisory and the weekend pump warning. We thought we would pump off of breaking below the 200-day moving average and well below the neckline and wick lowing at $1.61, that we would come up and most likely retest the neckline as major resistance and confirm it as some kind of resistance now and flipping it from support to resistance. You initially got rejected off it, and then you had your secondary pump. But if you notice, from the move, the volume has been rapidly declining, just like the Bitcoin, and this is leading me to believe that we're coming back down and the price is going to get exhausted. We've been being heavily resisted by the overhead moving averages in the daily time frame. You can see the 50 is up there, and the 200 and the 100 is up there, and I think we're going to come back down and retest the neckline at $2.09, and then that's going to be a major decision point, just like Bitcoin. Do we fire down quickly to $1.61 on the wick low and threaten to break down towards that head and shoulders topping out reversal target, which is at $1.26 to $1.29? Oops, we still don't want to buy that. We can see down there is the head and shoulders topping out reversal target. This is a critical area, again, like the Bitcoin price, over the very near short term as we come back down to that neckline, I believe, at $2.09. And then it's going to be a major decision point, a major area of support and resistance, and a level that's going to be very exciting to see exactly what happens. And I still think it's going to break to the downside. If we look at AMP has showed some signs of life. We know we've been in this falling channel ever since early December with the recent move high. We've been down about 86% over the course of the last 3.5 months. And now we're attempting to break out, and we've been talking about this, and you guys are being sick of hearing me talk about this, but we tried to give you the first mover advantage. And we thought there was going to be a breakout, and a technical move on a falling channel is to break out as the pattern exits, to break out the opposite way or bullish in this case, and a technical target would be up near the top of the wedge, which would be up there near that blue horizontal arrow. And you can see we've been trading along the top side of it ever since back here. Ever since we were back here, where we traded out of it, about March the 20th, we started trading it and holding it, even though it was going down, it was holding it as support. And now we've had our first mini run-up, and we're threatening to come up to our first major resistance point up there at about 0.0054. And I think we still have a shot at a pump like we've seen Oxyon and a few of these other coins had hyper pumps of 150% to 200%. I still think AMP's going to do that, and it's trying to do it right now. And we're going to continue to watch and see if we can't get another volume spike here on AMP locally, right? And if we look at another coin that has recently pumped, what was one of them yesterday? I think it was this one. Was it LC? No, that's ETIO. I did it last week. LCX. Yeah, LCX just had a nice pump. You can see LCX that we were talking about the other day. It got back above this 14-cent level. That was a major resistance point and support level, and it got back above that. Now you're in the moving averages. You can see, oh, we got some kind of fire going on here. Got some kind of car fire, maybe. Oh, you gotten above the 14 cents. You're above the 50-day moving average, and now what you're going to try to do is get above. You can see where you got rejected twice. Notice how the wicks are right on that 200-day moving average. That we haven't updated the prices in a few days, but you can see the 200-day moving average is right there. The 100-day moving average is right there, and the 50-day is starting to trend up. So you can see you're trading in between the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. And if we can get some more volume to come in, you got your next major resistance level is up here at the bottom part of this orangish trading zone at 22 cents. And your major underneath support, obviously, is at 14 cents. And that's something in LCX we're going to watch, because this is another one that could have a nice rapid pump here in the immediate short term, as it's been beat down from that most recent, almost a full lateral move back to the downside from that November pump. So this could be another one that has a 100 to 200% move from its swing low, and we're going to be heavily watching this and paying attention to see what happens in the next several days. The same thing with DIA. You can see we bounced off a major level that we had circled down there after it hit our head and shoulders topping out reversal target right there. we hit to 38 cents, and then we had this circle at 25 cents. We bounced off it beautifully, and now we bounced all the way back above the red trading area. And if we can continue to trade and break bullish, we could make a run all the way back up here to the 0.67 or the 67 cent level on this ferocious rally. As you can see from its wick low to where we're at now, this is a very, very healthy and a very, very big rally off of technical sell levels being hit. You can see we're already at a 1x. Your next major resistance, if you can hold that and hold the confirm above that red resistance box, your next resistance level is 68 cents, which is a 155% move. So that's something that's very, very interesting that we're going to keep watching. The same thing with VLO. VLO, you're going to have to VLO. You got a lot of work to do. You're above the 50. You got to get above the 100 and 200 and get back into this rising wedge that we were in. And you have to get back into there to try to break up in some meaningful fashion. Like the channel, subscribe. My members are Jabroni Killers. We're going to have another video here later on tonight that's more in-depth and more detailed, and look at some more of the altcoins and look at some of the breaking news. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow. Jay.